Hi, it's Tara. I wanted to show you a cool new feature of Peardeck. So to kind of build on what Christina talked about last week, because I just got this Friday afternoon, a link that I will send out to you guys to do these vocabulary lists. It's a new, kind of like a lab or a testing phase of it. So I wanted to show you these vocabulary lists. They're very easy to make. I already made one for my consumer math that we're going to play with in a minute, but I wanted to show you. Once you put in the code, it should put up a new button here for you called Create a Vocabulary List. And this is what it looks like when it opens. Maybe, there we go. So you put in a term. So let's say we were doing our splash stuff, so I put in standards. I can find a definition because this is actually linked to Webster's dictionary. Apparently there's no definition for standards. There we go, a standard. Could be lots of definitions in here. Probably not the best one here. There we go, kind of rarely used. You can put in your own definition here too. Let's see, splash, prior knowledge. Let's see if it has anything for prior knowledge. Nope, no results for prior knowledge. A lot of them did. Some of the basic ones for consumer math, I was able to pull up different definitions. And again, these are supposedly coming from Webster's dictionary. So prior knowledge, skills students should have before beginning lesson. And of course you can add to that definition, add to it, you want to access prior knowledge before you start lesson, any kind of things you want to do. Let me add one more here. Let's try higher order. Thinking. I bet it probably won't have a definition for this one. It won't. Let me find a good word that it will have a definition for. Assessment. Let's see if it does for assessment. Ah, there we go. The act of assessing. It tells you if it's a noun. Anyways, okay. The act of assessing. We'll just use that one. Alright, so here are my 3 words for my flashcard factory. I can pop up here and just rename it. Professional development vocab. And play flashcard factory. And here's what pops up. Just like Peardeck, you have these wonderful codes, my favorite part. And give that code to students. So let me go ahead and sign in as a student. And what was my code again? LILFP. Lovely in sentence, so let's figure it. Okay, so very cool thing here, letter from a foreman, so it's like a job. And you're working with your group to make amazing flashcards, so you're actually helping to make the flashcards, the students are. And we will vote on the cards, team with the most chosen cards wins the game. So, let me go back to the teacher section. Once I have somebody in there, I can click clock in. And notice I signed in there under my name, and it splits it into 2 groups, day shift group and night shift group. I can shuffle the groups, I can play. Let me see if I can go in one more time as maybe another one of my accounts. Let me sign in under my personal one. What was that code again? LILFP. Alright, so let me pop over to the teacher one. Notice now I have one person on night group, one person on day group. I could shuffle my teams if I wanted to, but let me go ahead and play. Again, from the teacher perspective, here are my 3 words up here. My 3 terms says, welcome to the factory. We're waiting for the flashcards to be made. So this is a teacher perspective. Let me pop over to the student perspective. Good luck, we're on our own, since we only have one person on the team. Otherwise you would see the people that are on your team. So let's go find them. All right, and notice first thing it actually asks you to do is we're not just reciting the definition. They give you the definition here. They want you to draw an example of a standard. So kind of bumping up that higher order thinking skills. So let me draw an example here with my mouse. And notice I can also type on there. Use any of these tools, draw a line. So standard. So this is something given to us by the state. So I could type on here, standard, I don't know, 6.4, patterns, functions, algebra, maybe for like a 6th grade one. Students should be able to, I forget how they word these, but I don't know, multiply fractions. And I could change colors if I wanted to. But I go ahead and click up there on the board and I can move this around here. But there would be my standard. Put it as many times as I want. Okay, when I'm done drawing or typing my standard, I can hit I'm done drawing. And then I can write an example of a standard. Again, standard probably wasn't a good one for drawing, but again, I could use an example of a standard. Students should be able to divide fractions. And then you click I'm done writing. And if we pop back over here, oops, wait, let me finish this. I'm done writing. You can edit the text, you can edit your drawing. Again, as a group, so this could be something done in a breakout room. You could say, yep, looks good, ship it. And if I pop back over here as a teacher, notice right there is my standard that we just did. So let me do another one here quick. Prior knowledge. Let me draw a fun one of a student here. Thinking back, I'm sorry for my drawing skills. Maybe I could type it in here. I remember counting blocks. Maybe this could be a 2nd grade student. Yeah, let me finish my awesome drawing because I gotta put a face on here. Oh yeah, wonderful drawing. There you go. That's a prior knowledge. They remember. And then we're going to write an example. A student remembers how to count blocks before adding numbers together. I'm done writing. Again, I can edit this if I want. If my group is happy, I can say, looks good, ship it. Again, pop over here to the teacher one. And I've got my next card here, and you can almost see it there. So let's see, I have one more term, so let me just go ahead and finish the last term. Assessment. So let me draw a picture of a student here. Wonderful drawing skills, I know. Taking a test. So they're writing down answers on a test. Joey is being assessed. No, Joey is taking an assessment over adding numbers. There we go, I'm done writing. You know what, I'm going to edit my drawing. I'm going to put some numbers on here. 1 plus 4 equals, okay, so I'm done drawing. I still like my writing. There we go. My wonderful 1 plus 4 is in there. So looks good. And notice up at the top it's giving me points for each one that I put in. Yay, we made a flashcard for each turn. We're waiting for our teacher to move on. Pop over to teacher section. All right, students have created examples for all of our terms. Let's move on to quality control to check them. So as a teacher, you can check these. Let's see. No, I don't think that's a good example of a standard, so I'm not going to give you points on that one. Yeah, that's a really good example of prior knowledge. And yeah, I think that's a good example of assessment. So notice it's collecting the 2 that we agreed on. Awesome. We could be done here, or we could say, notice they've got a button down here, export to Quizlet. Let's see what it looks like when we export it to Quizlet. We are exporting our class flashcards to set to Quizlet. Now I'm going to make my set public. So it's publishing them now over to Quizlet, exporting them to Quizlet. So let's look at what it looks like at Quizlet. This is kind of my favorite part here. It's loading here for a minute. Remember, this is kind of goes into what Kelly was showing us with Quizlet on Friday. How we have all the different ways, flashcards, learn, spell, test, match, gravity, all those games, ways you can do it. But look at the flashcards it's creating. Flashcards it's creating. Prior knowledge. It's got that definition I put in there, but it's also got the example in the pictures from the students. So these are students helping to create these flashcards. Definition, the act of assessing. Again, my example I put in my wonderful picture I drew. That is my favorite part, and now students can actually do these. Click the old match game. And notice it's got the examples and the pictures behind it. So we can actually help them. Joey taking that test. Prior knowledge. And standard. Yay, I got first place. So, wanted to show you that. It's Flashcard Factory, and I will forward this video along with the email that I got on how to access this Flashcard Factory. Hope that helps.